Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Investing and Trading Live. As always, my name is Josh Lilquist. Today is Friday, end of the trading week, Friday, July 21st. Now, big week in the market here this week. A lot of earnings coming through. Friday, we had 22 companies report earnings before the open. There'll be 4 after the close, so it'll slow down this afternoon. But Monday, another big Monday coming up with earnings. So we're going to unpack a little bit of the earnings calls here today. We will also look at a couple different stocks, some big movers this week. Carvana, Tesla, Netflix. I believe we talked about those a little bit yesterday. Skills and Roblox. So with the S&P 500 today on Friday, as we're currently doing the show here, we're doing this live. The S&P 500... on Thursday had a little rough day. Thursday end of the day at about, this is the SPY, right around the 452 area. As we know, it's pierced through that supply zone, so now we're getting to that next high near the 461 area. But on Thursday, dropped a bit. On Friday, it gapped higher, like a lot of the stocks. And we're seeing it's just down a little bit on the day from the open, yet it's still up on the day about $1.47, roughly at 453.59. That's the S&P 500 ETF SPY. The Dow Jones currently at 353, up on the day, gapped up a little, just ever so slightly in the morning, dropped down in negative territory, and now currently it's about 10:39 here on Friday Central Time. We're showing a little bit of a gain on the day. The NASDAQ also up 0.46 cents on the day. 53 as it's just moving pretty good, 53 cents, but it's down from the open. So a little bit of weakness on the NASDAQ ETF, the QQQ. Now, something to really pay attention to here is we are seeing some new strength in the U.S. dollar. Now it had the demand zone. It's been really holding back from April of 2022. Tapped it on in February of 23. It also tapped it on April of 23. We pierced through it just ever so slightly, and now we're going back up. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 days consecutively in the green. So we're going to continue to monitor this. This pullback essentially, it's showing higher highs and lower lows, and they're darn near the same, the same retracement as it goes up for the past several months here. So this could potentially get up to the highs of 104. We're currently at 101.10. I'm looking at this potentially retracing back up to the 104 area, which could bring some weakness to the stock market. We haven't seen it yet. Is it a little behind? Who knows? But there's a lot of times an inverse correlation there with the U.S. dollar and the stock market. So those are your indexes, the U.S. dollar. A couple movers on the day. Let's peek at spot price for gold real quick. Spot price currently down today, down at 1962.43. So it is getting down to a little demand zone that it formed here from the 1960 area down to 1946. So we'll see if this holds. I do like this going down a little further, but we could see some more strength in gold, which is kind of counterintuitive to what the market's doing. Silver, $24.68. It's been strong It's been up since June 21st, from 22 to 24. So that one is showing a little bit of strength coming into a supply zone. Not a real clean one, but a supply zone at 25.50 roughly. So we'll continue to monitor that to see what happens with gold and silver and correlate that with the U.S. dollar. Bitcoin up 0.21% on the day, still in that box that we created back starting June 20th. So it's really been sideways action ever since then, trying to get through this area, but we're there's probably a lot of indecision based on these ETFs and stuff they've been trying to create with, I believe it was Brett BlackRock. HNT, helium, down in the past week and a half or so from the highs of $1.99 down at $49.05. Let's get into our stocks. So what are some of the stocks that we were going to look at? Carvana. Let's start with Carvana. Carvana has shown, last time we looked at it, it was up about 1,500% from the year on the year essentially. Now we hit a high of 56.78 roughly, 56.80. Currently down at 46.21. So this is a very volatile stock, moving very quick. It came right to the highs back from August of 2022. So we did not see it pierce that. So is that a supply zone? It's not a real big one, but then again, it is a top. Looking at on a daily chart here, it actually is in a supply zone, testing it the second time from 55.60 to 60.69. So a second time it's in there, so really eating up those orders. I would assume the next time it gets to this point, if it does, we will probably break through that on Carvana. So currently at $45.87 per share. A couple other movers on the day. So yesterday, Tesla, ticker symbol TSLA, had a pretty rough day. Yesterday it was down on the day, I believe it was 8%, but let's look at the ending. About 9.9% down on the day, was about $28. Currently down on the day as well. It gapped up, but then has been going down ever since. So there was a headline. Let me see if I can find it on Market Watch. It was kind of interesting. It said, Wall Street has fallen out of love with Tesla. Interesting that, they say that after it dropped the last couple days. Whoop-de-doo. So it says traders have placed large short bets against Tesla and two of its rival EV makers. Rivian, we can check that out and see if that's the case, but that one down 3% on the day, Tesla down 1%. So, yeah, it's pretty obvious. They're down today, so, it's kind of a no-brainer. So, Tesla, yesterday was down 9%, down today about 1.2%. Roblox. We'll look at Rivian in a little bit here. Roblox yesterday also had a rough day. Yesterday on Thursday was down from $44.81 all the way down to $41 roughly. It was down about 8.5% yesterday and also down today. So Roblox having a rough day, currently at $40.93 per share. I don't see any major notable supply or demand zones on these charts. It is coming off that gap, drop-based drop on the daily chart, but I don't see any demand zone in sight. There could be some buying pressure around $35, so we'll see what happens here with Roblox in the next, I'd say it could take a week or two to get down there on a normal week. Netflix was another one yesterday that dropped pretty bigly. It was up to about $480 per share on Thursday, dropping down to $437, which was about an 8% drop on Thursday. They both made their earnings. Netflix and Tesla both had good earnings on before market or after market close on Wednesday, but they dropped tremendously, and a lot of it was the outlook and what's happening with those companies. So good news in the market does not always mean good news on the price chart. So be aware of that. A lot of people think, great earnings report, things are looking great, and the public is going to buy because of those reasons, but they're buying after price has already moved. Well, you are kind of shooting yourself in the foot. So just be aware with what the news is doing and be mindful with what supply and demand is doing in the financial markets. Let's see. I thought we had one more. We're going to look at Skills. Skills has been a dog, but that was in the news a lot for many, many, many months. down to $12.40 per share. But it is up 6% on the day. Big move for Skills. The way to go, Skills. Is there anything else we want to peek at? We talked about AMC over the past few weeks here on some collecting some premium, closing those options out today at just around 90% profit, or 90% of the premium given. So they have earnings coming up on July 10th. So not a whole lot of things to do with that, just because earnings that, this is a volatile stock, very risky stocks. You want to be very careful with any positions on AMC. But that being said, let's just look at AMC and see if they're actually giving any premium. By the way, there's no recommendation on any sells, buys, sells, whatever that may be in this show. It's just for strictly entertainment purposes only. Got to throw that out there once in a while. So AMC, let's take the options chain. Volatility is still high, down from yesterday, so it's probably not giving as much premium as yesterday. But we'll look at it anyway, just for giggles. Let's see, AMC. Currently at about $48.32. Just not $38. Wrong ticker. AMC currently at $4.44. Premium on let's say a 30-day option is giving actually 28. Oh, darn it. We're looking at DocuSign. Come on, AMC. Here we go. AMC. So 30-day, 28-day options is giving under 2% on the $3 strike. Yesterday it was right at 2%. So volatility slowed down a little bit on AMC, but nonetheless closing out of those. Disney was also another one we were looking at collecting premium on. They do have earnings coming up as well. But let's look at Disney as of right now. The option's looking really good. Ticker symbol DIS. All the time, whenever you're looking for something, you never can find it. It's always hidden. There we go. Low on the percent Bollinger Band at about 21%. As far as premium, Disney 28-day cash secured puts, the 80s are giving out 1%, so not too shabby. But they do have earnings coming up on, let's see, Disney has an earnings call on July 10th, I believe it is. August 9th is when earnings for Disney is coming out. So be very careful with any positions on options or just buying the stock outright or selling the stock outright. But it is still currently in that demand zone on the 4-hour chart from roughly $86 to $84. So I'm liking this one. Hopefully it holds this demand zone, but we'll play it out and see what happens. So that's Disney. Let's see. Oracle is up 2% on the day. Salesforce up 0.3% on the day. 0.38 to be exact. Goldman Sachs. So it's a pretty positive day for the market on a lot of stocks that are out there. BHG up 3 cents on the day. Whoop-de-doo. A couple other notable stocks. Get NVIDIA down 1.75%, which is about $8 per share. So market showing a little bit of strength here on Friday. Just a note on Monday. So on Monday, before the market opened, what is going to happen is the top five holdings which would be Microsoft, Apple, Alphabet, which is Google, NVIDIA, and Amazon. The weighting is going to be adjusted on these stocks in the index on Monday morning. I'm assuming Monday morning before market open. A result of this, it could bring some volatility in the markets. Just a note from, looks like Yahoo Finance. Yeah, Yahoo Finance. The rebalancing is causing waves in indexes other than the NASDAQ. No matter where these top 5 stocks are, the selling will weigh on their prices. So we can expect volatility. So that being said, be careful on Monday with any positions, really in any market, but in the NASDAQ, if you're doing the NASDAQ, the QQQ ETF, the NASDAQ futures contract, which would be the NQ. So be careful with that. So earnings on Monday, let's just go through that real quick. Earnings on Monday, there's going to be 9 before the open and 42 after the close. Let's look at a couple notables. Let's see. Nothing major that I'm seeing quite yet as far as household names, but I'm sure there's a couple banks that are reporting on Monday. Nothing real notable as far as headliners. Tuesday got Microsoft, Google, Snapchat, Visa. So big movers. Waste Management. What else is on Monday or Tuesday? So some household names on Tuesday. So Monday with the weighting on the NASDAQ, or those top 5 stocks in the NASDAQ, and then Tuesday with some household names on earnings. Expect a volatile week out there. Volatility could bring some potential premium in the markets, so we'll see what happens there. But if you have any positions on, make sure you're small. And as always, until next time, retire young, my friends.